Most fried chicken loses its crunch the second the glaze hits. This recipe doesn't. And once you know why, you'll never fry any way again. To start off this recipe, you're going to season the chicken so it has time to marinate slightly while we handle the rest. You're working with 2.5 pounds or 1.1 kilograms of chicken tenders. Season them on both sides with all-purpose seasoning, enough to coat every surface. If you don't have a seasoning blend, you can just season them with salt and pepper. And don't worry, the flavor will stay the same. Now set them aside and let's move on to the glaze. Into a bowl, begin by combining a half cup or 170 grams of honey, 1 tablespoon or 15 milliliters of apple cider vinegar, 1 tablespoon or 15 milliliters of sriracha. This will also vary based on how much spice you like, a quarter cup or 60 milliliters of ketchup, and a quarter teaspoon or 1 gram of adobo sauce. Whisk until it's smooth and fully combined, then set it aside while we work on the dredging station. Into one medium-sized bowl, combine 2 cups or 240 grams of all-purpose flour with 1 tablespoon or 7 grams of paprika, and a generous amount of the all-purpose seasoning or salt and pepper. Whisk it together until everything is evenly distributed through the flour. Into another bowl, beat 3 eggs, then add in a quarter cup or 60 milliliters of buttermilk. Fully incorporate that mixture until everything is cohesive. The buttermilk loosens the wash just enough so the coating goes on evenly without clumping. And by the way, if you don't want to buy buttermilk and risk not finding another use for it before it goes bad, fear not. You can easily take the milk you have on hand and mix it with a splash of vinegar or lemon juice. Then just set it aside for 10 to 15 minutes to let it curdle. This will give the same effect when you go to use it as real buttermilk. Now it's time to fry. To begin, bring your frying oil up to 350 degrees Fahrenheit or 175 degrees Celsius in a deep, heavy bottom pan with enough oil to fully submerge the tenders. Set your dredging station next to the stove while that comes up to temperature. Now take each tender through the flour first, pressing it on so every surface has full coverage. Then submerge it into the egg wash, letting the excess fall off. Back into the flour for a second coat, pressing it on again. That second pass is what builds a crust substantial enough to hold up once the glaze goes on. Lower each tender gently into the oil away from you slowly. Don't become afraid of the oil and drop the chicken from high. If you do that, the hot oil will splatter and most likely burn you. Just gently lower it in. Fry until the crust is a deep, even golden brown and the internal temperature reads just under 165 degrees Fahrenheit or 74 degrees Celsius. Just make sure you insert the thermometer outside the oil to get an accurate temperature. Pull them and transfer them to a wire rack. The wire rack keeps the bottom of the crust from trapping steam and going soft while the chicken rests. While the chicken is resting, pour the glaze into a wide sauté pan over medium heat. You're reducing it down to a thick, glossy syrup. The honey will begin to caramelize as the liquid tightens, which deepens the flavor and gives the glaze enough body to coat the chicken and stay there. Once it holds on the back of a spoon, it's ready. Pour the glaze all over the chicken, coating each piece, working quickly to keep the crust intact. You can also add the chicken into the pan and coat it there. And that's chipotle honey chicken. Sweet, smoky, and built around a crust that actually holds together through the whole process. This is one of my favorite weeknight meals just because the flavor is incredible for how little time it takes to make this. If you'd like more meals just like this, be sure to click the video that'll pop up on the screen in just a second. But other than that, I'll see you on the next recipe.